So I was cut off. Anyway, so this whole program wasn't supposed to be them annoying people. That's just harassment, which is what I've been saying it is. It was supposed to be what I'm thinking. So what they do instead is they're annoying, like, we hate your hair, you should just cut it off. If my hair doesn't look good longer, which is really the most flattering appearance for me with my hair longer, it's not going to look good shorter. These are the same people who didn't like my hair when it was shorter, meaning they just don't like me. And I'm okay. I'm more than happy with that. I have to pretend that I'm not like, oh, I'm so sad. I can't stand these people. Cannot stand them. And I think that's why they have the ability to annoy people, because other people can't stand them either. That's the truth. And I don't think they want to deal with that they should have been working on themselves instead of looking to find fault in others. So the reason this program failed is because their narcissism meant that instead of looking at it from how I would be feeling, they looked at it how they feel and how they have to put other people down and feel better about themselves. So they said they're trying to match things up. None of their examples match up. None of them do. And as they keep going over it and trying to find a way to twist it to make it match, it doesn't match. When you hurt somebody deliberately, it's not karma. It's an abuser. Karma is when something happens in your life because of something that you've done. And it's like, how did that happen? I can point to who did these things. It's not karma. They don't even know the definition of karma. When you try to hurt someone and then blame it on karma, that's an abuser. So I could go through every single story of theirs and show how they're abusers. Going back to the black hair issue, which is a big deal, especially with these types of folks. I told you, like, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, most of us had our natural hair and we were okay with it. And we knew how natural hair looked. Even people who had the most beautiful hair had bad hair days. That's why we call it bad hair days. Like, it's not some new thing. What these types of people would do was they don't want to accept that as black people, we have to come to a point where we accept our hair, the good and the bad of it. There's a reason this hair is this texture. There's a reason for it. And you know, I'll link a video. I don't want to get into the reason why people say that certain things in our bodies were based on where we lived. So based on where you lived on Earth, not in a neighborhood, but on Earth, is why you have the features you have, so that your body can withstand the environment. So there are environmental reasons we have these things. And to insult people based on those environmental things, it's beyond annoying. I can't even get to the point where I even discuss that, but I'm going to try to find a video. So if you guys are interested in it, because I find it very interesting and it really helps me accept why we have the features we have because of the environments we lived in. Okay. Anyway, so going back to this whole idea of black hair, they said, oh, that's probably why black women started getting more into covering our hair and changing our hair. Exactly. Why some people don't think their natural beauty is beautiful. And why, because of the environment we were supposed to live in, these are the features that would help us survive in those environments. When we see that and look at it from that way, it's more than just accepting. These things protect our bodies. Our skin color protects us. Our hair protects us. So when you look at it like that, you're like, oh, that's why my hair has to be this way. And so the other big point that I want to talk about with this program is that if the older people have taught the younger people to be ashamed of themselves and to be abusive to cover up their problems with themselves instead of working on it, then they're just teaching one generation after another generation after another generation to get stuck in this cycle. And that's what I said in a previous video with Soul Scream, where I heard one of them scream. I had screamed not in that way, but in that soul scream way where it's coming from the bottom, the depths of that person's soul, the agony and the pain and the frustration that person feels. Instead of them trying to help that person accept his, her life, I won't say